Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rakubi. How are you?
Good, Alhamdulillah. How are you doing? Good to see you,
I'm
huh?
doing well. It is very nice to see you. Welcome to Six Defense Port Turkey webinar.
Thank you so much.
Let me introduce myself first of all. My name is
Please.
Özgür Ekşi. I'm editor-in-chief of C4 Defense magazine. And
Hmm.
our today's guest is from Afghanistan, His Excellency Abdullah Rakubi, Deputy Minister of National Defense responsible for logistics and technological procurement. And we will be talking about new generation of land forces in South Asia. Am I right to say in that way, His Excellency?
Yes.
Great. I suppose you will have some um, uh, explanations about have a presentation about your future plans. Am I right?
Uh, no, there is no specific presentation from our side, but there were some opening remarks from our side for the exhibition,
Great.
and the intention of Afghanistan in participating in this sixth virtual exhibition.
Great. Can
Yeah,
we hear you? Right.
yeah,
Looking
please,
forward to hearing from you.
please. Thank you so much. Indeed, it is a great privilege for me to represent
My honor.
Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, in as well as specifically speaking about the Ministry of Defense. It's a pleasure on behalf of the Ministry of Defense of my own country to speak to you. As you know
It
that
is my pleasure,
both
sir.
yeah, both the countries, Turkey and Afghanistan, they enjoy friendly ties and brotherly relationship with each other, and we are proud to have Turkey as a brother and as a nearer and dearer to us whenever we were in hardship. We know that Turkish government they have been supporting Afghanistan and as you rightly know that we are now in the process of rebuilding the country, specifically the security sector. Though we are facing a lot of challenges in this sector, but with the help of brothers like Turkish government and the support of the international world, we are now working tirelessly to make this country a great country again. Specifically in the security sector, I can briefly tell you that we have now a well-established army in terms of the number and in terms of the equipments, but still we are in dire need to have access to the modern technology across the globe. And we are very confident that Turkish government is one of those governments who are now having a great deal of potential in manufacturing the security sector products. And we had a very good impression in today's session where we virtually talked to different companies from the Turkish government who are engaged in producing all these security sector armored vehicles and all these other necessary materials.
Right. In fact, I was going to ask you first of all your strategy, but as you began with Turkish industry, yes, Turkey has developed and rugged platforms, electro-optic systems, as well as weapons for land forces. So, and they are operational, are found satisfactory for Turkish armed forces at very recent operations. And you are talking about your interest in Turkish products. So, can you a
Mhm.
little bit more specific about your needs? What do you think you can get from Turkey?
Yeah. As I started, and then I diverted toward the products from the Turkish government. You know that A few of the internal areas that we are so much considerate about making them more and giving them more and more potentiality is the Air Force. We are very concerned to provide modern logistical support to the Air Force. And then in terms of the O&M for the aircraft that we use, the second major area would be the special commandos that we have in Afghanistan inside the Ministry of Defense. How well can we equip them so that they are ready to fight against the enemies of Afghanistan who invade this great land? The third would be the Rangers itself. How well can we equip them, and what necessary equipments or security products do we need to procure and purchase so that they are well equipped and they are ready for each and every combat. So these are specific main three areas.
So you are looking for equipping your Rangers. Maybe
Yes.
you may get some equipment from Turkish Armed Forces or Turkish industry. You also mentioned Air Forces. As far as I know, you just recently decided to buy A-29 Tucano, Super Tucanos. Are you talking about getting some other aircraft, or installing some Turkish missiles, weapons on it?
But this is something that we need to firstly investigate and see the products that Turkish government can offer us. Like today, I personally talked to one of the company by the name of Metixan, and they had one of the product by the name of they had the land radar to control the border security. I really
Retina.
like the concept. Yeah, I really like the concept, and I'll simply and quickly give this feedback back to my leadership about specifically this product. So once we see all the products, once we see the results of those products, then we can certainly, yeah, we are in dire need of having those Super Tucanos. We are in dire need to have the ballistic missiles from Turkish government. But once we have a quick overview of what they possess, then we can certainly finalize the deal.
So you are open to go for investigate for more products in Turkish industry.
Yes. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Thank you. You just mentioned about invasion. Yes. As far as I know, Afghanistan has a long and successful history of defending itself against invaders. And I believe two tough things are together. Its people and geography are the reason for that strong defense. The geography makes things really hard for the invaders, but I believe it does not make things any easier for you, for Afghan National Army, in terms of logistics. So my question is about the strategy. How will you develop your defense sustainment system? Do you have a long-term procurement strategy?
Indeed, we have a 5 to 10 years procurement strategy, plus 5 to 10 years of the strategy for the logistical support that we may need to provide to all the soldiers across Afghanistan. But during my discussions, I told you 4 points. The first one was the border security, the second one was the Air Force, the third one was the Rangers, and the fourth and the last one was the Special Commandos. And it's like a sequential thing for us. First of all, we need to protect our borders so that nobody
Yes.
can enter to the border and inside the border. The second would be how, if anybody invades the Afghan borders, we need to take care of them through the Rangers or the border security that we have from the border soldiers. The third would be the special commandos, and the fourth and the last option would be the Air Force. So it's a colossal thing. We have a very comprehensive strategy for the upcoming years, and we are doing quite good in fulfilling all those requirements of the security across Afghanistan. we are very adamant in implementing this strategy inside our country.
So the Afghan National Army is trained by NATO, and what we follow from the media is that some of Russian helicopters are replaced by US helicopters. So these helicopters are more sophisticated, as much as we know, but need more financial source to keep them flying. What will be your strategy to balance with your financial resources and procurement strategy?
We cannot deny the fact that the international world, they have not supported the Afghan army during the last few years. But currently, I can give you my word that now Afghanistan is independent, is having an independent army. But we run our own training centers, whether they're staff colleges or whether they're the defense universities that we have. We do provide ongoing and continuous training to the Air Force that we have, and as well as to the Rangers that we have. We have our own training locations across different points in Afghanistan. So now we can tell this that it's a promising army. And in terms of the support from the international world, I can say that we are now working with the Ministry of Finance and with all these other stakeholders to reduce the costs, be cost efficient in few areas, and increase the national revenues through which then we can certainly fund the main areas of the ANA.
I see. I was about Russia. As far as I know, Russia, for example, does not certificate the modernization of your Mi-8, Mi-17 helicopters out of their country. There's one Balkan country that you are in contact, as far as I know. What is your plan for modernization of such helicopter planes? Are you planning to come to Turkey or go to Russia, or how will you keep them flying? I'm just asking you specific questions to understand well your strategy.
Yeah, thank you so much. I told you previously that why are we interested in this exhibition is that we are a good purchaser now, and we can certainly do bulk purchases from the Turkey. You know that we still keep the Mi-17, Mi-35s, and all these aircraft from the Russian time, and you know that we have been able to do all the O&M and repair of these aircraft. Plus, we do our own refueling, so there is no foreign support for that one. To give you just a note here, something that you can note, we recently did a G2G with the Turkish government, in which we purchased the fabric for our own ANA. That is one of the starting point for the Afghan government with the Turkish government.
So you signed AND with Turkish government, you said, or
we purchased the fabric for the ANA uniform from Turkish government. It was a G2G contract.
Okay, G2G contract for the uniforms that your special commanders. Okay, to wear. I see. And for your specifically for your title, how will you support your your logistic support system will function afterwards? What is your do you want to mix American and or NATO, let's say, and former Warsaw or Russia, let's say, or Chinese, let's say, I don't know, your systems to come together, put together, because Afghanistan is a very large, mountainous country. It is not very easy to use land to reach or to provide logistic support to your military, as far as I I can see. Do you have a very large picture for that? You are like going forward more helicopters, air support systems, or definitely by the land systems? Do you have such differentiation for you?
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking. Indeed, we have our well-established network for that.
I can't hear you if you are there. We are sorry for the cut. There is a connection problem with Afghanistan. That's why we are waiting for His Excellency Mr. Rakubi, and very shortly he will be with us. I hope. For those who have not been in Afghanistan, it is a very mountainous country. I have been a couple of times there, and from one side, from one mountain to another mountain, one has to spend a lot of time. These are very steep and high mountains. So this is why I'm keeping asking His Excellency questions about the support system, because it looks from outside very problematic. It is not a large area where you can drive easily. His Excellency, you are coming. I suppose the connection is back.
Sorry, we had a disconnection. I was telling you that we have a very definite plan for own logistical support to all these soldiers. Most of that plan, we take it along on the normal roads and the highways that we have. We use our own transportation brigade that we have. In addition to that, we do have our own aircraft through which we do the supply via these aircrafts.
So can we talk about your overall budget for your procurement programs, your modernization programs for an upcoming next 10 years?
Yeah, this is something that we can't disclose, but we have enough money in our pocket, and be assured that we can buy a lot of stuff from Turkey. And recently, what I told you, that it was more than 1 billion Afghanis of fabric that we purchased from Turkish government. We will buy all those things that we deem it to be necessary to be available within the ANA, and we will leave no stone unturned in doing all these purchases.
No. What I meant when I was asking the question was not about Turkey. Was about your procurement idea. What will be your budget? That's why I was asking. I was not asking for Turkish industry. I don't want to be misunderstood. But once you mentioned about Turkish industry, as far as I understand, you have met with some electronic companies, electronic warfare companies, some companies for uniforms, but there are land vehicles manufacturing companies, or as well as arms manufacturing companies, electro-optics companies, like you will need, like the one that you mentioned, to monitor the borders. Will you be in touch with them once you come to Turkey?
Yeah. I already have a plan to visit Turkey as soon as possible, because due to these COVID-19 restrictions, we have already contacted the Turkish embassy, but they have not yet responded back with an agreement. Once we come, then we can certainly meet in person with all these companies that we talked today. Majorly, they will be the companies of the electric optics, the vehicles, the weapons, the ammunitions, and the radar ones. So these all companies we will personally meet with them and see their facilities, and we will inshallah have a very good and fruitful visit to Turkey.
My last question will be, how would you define in today's Afghanistan the current security situation? What are the main threats that you are seeing for the moment, and how Turkey can help Afghanistan in those matters?
But thank you so much. Indeed, Afghanistan is not the country uh, which was 10 years back. We have the advanced technology. We have the well-equipped army now in this region. We have the Air Force with the modern technology with the modern aircrafts. But still, there are few areas where we can certainly focus, and one of those is the protection of the borders. That is something that we are very concerned with. The second thing would be procuring such items and materials or products for this ANA which are durable, which are easy to be maintained, and especially the availability of the spare parts in the local market or in the neighborhood. So these are all those areas where we are very much focused, and we look forward to have a very good business relationship with Turkey, and we hope that we can certainly finalize few deals with Turkey.
His Excellency, is there any message that you would like to also pass? I mean, that I didn't ask, but you would like to pass to Turkish audience about about yourself or about your needs?
Thank you so much. There is no specific message, but I want to congratulate Turkish government and the Turkey people for the development in the last 2 decades. You people are doing wonderful thing. Please keep shining. You're a pride for the whole Muslim Ummah, and we hope that you continue to help and support the Muslims across the globe, and as well as specifically those who are in need.
Thank you, His Excellency Abdullah Raqibi. Our guest was from Afghanistan, Deputy Minister of National Defense, responsible for logistics and technological procurement. Our webinar on 6 Defense Port Turkey is for this session is terminated now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.